everybody. Welcome. It is 9/19. So there's that's the date, not the time. September 19th. Welcome to Tuesday with Todd. And tonight we're talking fundraising ideas. Now this is something we've talked about. It's weird. I've talked about it with a few different people in private messages and somebody else had asked it in the group. I said, we should just do a show kind of on it. So we're going to give you some fundraising ideas, things that you can present to schools, organizations, events. You like an event? What are you talking about? We're going to talk about all these different things. And I'm giving you five. I'm giving you 5 ideas that I feel that each and every one of you can do. So I definitely think this is a show for you to watch, enjoy. And if you have friends that would think would be interested in this, make sure to share this with them. If you've got a group, share it in there. Sharing's caring, folks. And it's free. You just hit that button. It's free just to share that. So we can get as many people here as we can. And I'm going to get you as involved as I can because I'm going to ask you questions. What kind of fundraisers are you running? What kind of ideas do you have? This is a help everybody grow type moment. And this is where you may not think you know anything, but I guarantee you know more than somebody else. When you get in here, check in. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what the weather's like in your area, and what's in your cup. I'm double fisting. It has been a crazy day. We'll talk about that here in just a few, but I'm bouncing back and forth between an orange and a sparkling wild berry. That's what I'm doing right now. We had it's a busy day. We knew going into this week it was going to be a busy week. Yesterday was a busy day. Today, busy day. I'm still not to where I want to be on things I need to get done. Tomorrow is going to be a super busy day because for most of the day, we won't even be in the office. We're going to be at the school helping out. So that takes a big chunk out of it, which means I'm going to, stay a little later to get some stuff done, get in a little earlier to get stuff sent out where it needs to go, invoicing, things like that. And then I'll be back in the afternoon for a little bit. And then we have the whole Mr. Mom the rest of the week because they leave Thursday morning. So, I'm going to make sure everything tomorrow night is good to go. So, basically there's food in the house. So the kids don't starve. They're not going to starve. Whatever. When Dad's here, we eat like kings. It's pizza roll, frozen pizzas, macaroni and cheese, chicken nuggets type thing. I cook, but they're just finicky eaters, so it doesn't work too well. So let's check in and see how people are doing. What's up, Chuck? Good evening to you. Renee, greetings from a damp, rainy Chicagoland. We're at 61. Yeah, the sun came out here a little, and it definitely warmed things up, but yeah, it was gross. It was gross all day long. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. These pics are messing me. I keep looking for your face. I know. Nobody wants to see my face. They'll click on other people's faces, apparently. So that's what we got to go with that. Good evening, Facebook user from Texas. Hey, Facebook and Streamer don't always play nice together. When that happens, we can't see who you are. But if you go over to fatdadlive.com, it gets you into the YouTube side of things. You can hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Then we go live. We will know who you are. I think I got to turn that banner off. Yeah, I do. I do got to turn that banner off so I can get back in here for it. Let's see. T-Town, what's going on? 68 there in Toledo. Pink Monster in the cup. Login for Facebook. I just sent that over, so you should be good to go there. Marianne, hey there. Partly cloudy 77 there, Charlotte. Sounds beautiful. Beautiful. Darren, hello, everyone. Windy, occasional rain. Yeah, it's definitely get that time of year. Connie, hello to you from the Chicago area. Rainy and cold and Coors Light. It's been a very tough day. We are getting through it, Connie. We are getting through it. Connie, what would you say, about the last hour or so? We've been going back and forth on artwork. Now, Connie's a regular buyer of ours, right? Purchaser from us. We provide DTF transfers for her. There, that's the easy way to say it. Now, we've never had issues before, but there were some issues with transfers this time. And it wasn't our fault, and it wasn't Connie's fault. On her end, everything looked good, and my end, everything looked good. What it sounds like what we figured out is that Corel was changing the size when it was exporting as a PNG at roughly 84% of scale, which definitely threw some things off. So we went through a couple different processes, and it took us a minute to find it and figure it out. But what we've come to the assumption is I started noticing I was having problems with Corel because I'm still using X7. Not letting me import AI files. Used to never have a problem with it. Now, every time I put one in, it decides it's going to crash. Connie's never had an issue before. She did this the same way she's always done it, and artwork came in smaller. So we were able to go through and see that and figure it out. So we were able to get it taken care of. But, man, when there's things like that where, okay, is there something in our site that's causing it to do it? Is there something that's there? What is going on with it? So it took us a little bit, but we figured out. Darren got his signs. Awesome. Good to hear you got your signs. Cherry, hello to you. T-Town's still working, been busting his butt all day embroidering. Now knocking out a 100 shirt order. Boom, boom, boom. Love, love, love that. Uh, we've got, what do I got? Corey banged out shirts. Who was it for today? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we had a store closed, so we finished those ones up. We're waiting on stuff to show up so we can get some other ones done. Took another order today. That was a nice size order, and it's nice. It's nice when you have that consistent work coming in, but when you have a short week on stuff to get on there, it can make for a crazy, crazy, crazy thing. And Barb, hello from North Central Minnesota, 75, partly cloudy, water in the cup. And Renee, I'm having the same issue with AI, and I'm guessing that's on Corel 8. So I think X8. So yeah, I think they did something where I'd always done it, no issues at all, and now I'm really having issues with this. So I think it's their way of doing something backwards compatibility where we cannot do that unless we upgrade, which sucks. The good thing for me, at least on the AI side of it, is we already run Adobe, so I can just open it up in there and do everything I need to. I'm just not real proficient with it, so I don't mess around with it a whole lot. But man, it definitely throws a monkey wrench in things when things work how they used to work, and they don't work that way anymore. But I hope everybody's having a great day. This has been definitely an ups and downs days. You think everything's going great, and then the bottom drops out of it, and you're wondering if this is the day that you say I'm done with it all. I'm done with it all. I'm gonna go find a job and just not stress about stuff, and then you realize I could never do that. So I mean, you still have that. I mean, and it's been a pretty successful day. There's just been a few mishaps, and we'll see how those mishaps play out. They could play out to be a huge factor in our business and cost us tens of thousands of dollars, or they could not. It's just a waiting game and see. It's my favorite game to play, the waiting game. We don't know what's really going on. We just sit back and wait. Sweet. Darren posted photos on the group page. Very nice. Barb says, good to know about Corel. I have 22. Is this just AI created files? No. So I know, like me, when somebody sends something AI, I've got a couple people that's all they use. There's never an issue. I would bring it into Corel and just go about my day. But now when we bring it in, it's crashing, which is really odd. Now on Connie's side there, she was sending a 22 by 120 sheet, and it was coming in at, what was it, 100 by 18, and she had selected print image as is or file as is. So when you select that, it just dumps right into a print queue. So that's what we're working on automation wise, so we don't have to do anything. And so there was no background scene, and it's what printed that way. So it printed as the file was uploaded. So we didn't know if maybe something in our system was compressing things, making it smaller. But I started looking at other orders. Nobody else had an issue with it. So I didn't want to say, Connie, this is you. But we had to figure it out. Is it something from the site? So I had her send it through the site. Then I had her send it through an email. Both of those were the same. Okay, so it's not the site doing anything. We figured that out on her end. But yeah, anytime you have issues, I'm all about, let's figure out what those issues are. And when it does something like that, Renee said, bless you. Just move to Adobe for me. Brian, if you have Adobe, send an AI file. You send an AI file, we can use it. That's what Tom does. They send AI files, and then I just use them from there. So you can send an AI file. I will let you. A lot of people, when they send them, they don't know what they're doing. So that's why I say, here, just PNG, transparent background, good to go. You got an AI file, I can take care of it for you. T-Town finally got paid by the school. Woo! Love that. But wife and I decided we should order the blanks since this is not the first time they have ordered. We've done that before. In fact, I've done that very recently where, we did stuff for a school and we ordered before we got paid because, we know the people and we've done stuff with them. And then that was the check that got lost in the mail. So, good thing we didn't wait for them. So it was a good thing that we did that for it. And Connie says, you are fantastic, Todd. I really appreciate you working with me on this. Well, and the main reason, Connie, is not, don't take this the wrong way, but not so much for you or for me, but for everybody. Like, okay, if we're seeing this issue, let's figure out the root of it. And I just so happened, because I had Connie take pictures. I said, take pictures of each screen and that so I can see what's going on your side. And I just happened to see in the corner, I'm like, is that an 84? So then, because I don't export things the same way that she does. We have the wizard, so all I have to do is hit the button and it does it. So I went through and did it, and I saw, hey, it's at this, and there's this percentage over here. So I took a 22 by 120 box, and then I took the 84, and it was damn near exactly what her image came through at. So that's where I determined the problem was, and we were able to fix it. And hey, I think we're good to go. We'll figure out on these orders, but I think we are good to go. And Barb says, I've illustrated the rest of the Adobe products for Creative Suite. I use Corel more for rhinestone templates. Yeah, I've got what is it, like the $50 a month for all of the Adobe stuff. And I have a couple clients I use it for because that's how they send their stuff. That's it. I know it can do, there's so much I can do with it, but I'm a Corel kid. I've been a Corel kid for 16 years. So it's hard for me to make the switch to something else. But I necessarily don't need to. If I was doing a bunch of graphics and a bunch of things like that and designing, sure, maybe, but probably not. Probably not unless I really, really had to. I like being able to do it, but Corel is where I'm at. All right, so let's dive into this. Right, we've got the next 45 minutes. I've got 5 things. That's 9 minutes per with no questions, nobody asked, nobody anything. So we know that that's not going to happen. 50. I'm up to 85. Brian, you should look around Christmas because it's 50. It's like it's 49. It better be 49. Now I'm gonna double check and see what because I'm not. I'm honestly not 100% sure, to be honest with you. But I believe it's like mine's only like $50. And is that because they do the yearly and that's what it comes out to? I don't know. I'll go. You know what? I'll go look and see on another time because otherwise I could just sit here and go, okay, Adobe Creative Cloud, 5843. That's what mine is. And they just took it out today, 5843. That's what I'm paying for. And Wilcom uses Corel, so I learned how to use it. Makes perfect sense. Delivered volleyball shirt order to my captain yesterday. Now waiting to get paid. Love it. Also finished up a shirt order for Station. Money. Woo, and waiting to get paid for that also. Also having these, excuse me, Station 4. Love that. And Barb says that she pays the yearly for Adobe. What is the yearly for Adobe? It's like $300, $400. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Okay. So why don't we dive into this, right? Corey's just making all kinds of noises. Sneezing, hiccuping. She is busting her cute little hiney over there to get stuff done so that way she can work on personal projects because, she's leaving. Now, give me one of those little things. Can I see one of those little things? Can I see it?
As long as you don't touch it.
I can't touch it, which is pretty standard for Corey telling me I can't touch things. I said, let me see it. I want to touch it. And she says, no, you can't touch it. It's like I'm a kid in the store. I want to touch it, and she won't let me touch it. But when we were down at the Misfit Makers event, where'd those come from? Papa, no, Steel. It's Tipsy Magnolia. They had these little mini tumblers, and they're actually I could probably say, can I hold it upside down without falling?
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere. So look at these little guys. Look at these
little. This is the size of your hand next to it.
Little shot glasses. So what does that say on there? Nashville 23. Where's the number?
Size of my hand.
Yeah, there. You can probably see it a little better on that. But they're basically, that did totally get me. It totally got me.
Okay.
Totally got me. Look, there's my fingerprint in it. It's Krista's. It's okay. But there's Nashville.
I'll fix it.
So those we got there, little shot glasses. In fact, little birdie told me while we were there, they're having ones with handles, make perfect for keychains. But this is the first thing that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about tumblers. When we go through it, like I said, I'm going to give you 5 ideas on things that you can do for fundraisers. Those are on the top. I can see it. 5 things that you can use for fundraising. One of those being tumblers. Now, there's so many different kinds of tumblers. Sublimation tumblers. There are laser engraved tumblers. You can do UV prints on tumblers. You can add decal to tumblers. You can do rhinestone tumblers. You can do, what am I missing? Sublimation, did I get that? So there's all kinds of different tumblers. You don't have to offer all of this. You can come up with and say, I don't have it down here. A 32-ounce tumbler. You can grab here. I guess I could grab any of them, but we're going to use this guy, for example. So glitter tumbler, right? You know what it costs you to make. And here's the biggest thing when it comes to fundraising. You need to have your numbers down. You need to know what this costs you. Because you don't know what this costs you. How do you know what you can sell it at? And how do you know what you can do a markup for them to make money off of it, right? So if you say this is your standard price is $35, you're going to charge $45 for it so they can make $5 back for everyone. That's it. You just do a custom cup, and let's pick out organizations. We're going to do it for school. We're going to do, whether it's a school, whether it's an individual team, whether it's a individual organization in that, school colors, logo on it. There's that. We're doing the tumbler. That's it. Sublimation, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can rock and roll through that. We're just doing a tumbler one. Here's the price of it. Here's the order form. You can put it on the site. You can put it all together. Everybody, at least in my world, has like 37 tumblers, right? And nobody ever says, I think I have enough tumblers. Nobody says that. They all think that they want the next one, right? Like, you just get more and more. Like, people have to build cupboards to to make it fit because they just run out of room. So there's so many different ways that you can, present that, whether it is specific for that event. And I said here, different things to do. Schools, yeah, we all know that. Schools are an easy one for fundraisers. They're looking to make money. They don't have a lot of money to spend on things. And when you offer fundraising service to them, they're not out of pocket anything. So there's zero thing that they have to do except just push traffic there. You're able to do the rest of it. You'll take care of the printing. You'll take care of the fulfillment. You'll take care of the shipping. You'll cut them a check, and then everybody will be fine and dandy. So that's how it can work for schools. Organizations, same way. If there's a nonprofit that is trying to do something, hey, let's do this specific thing. One of the issues that we see in fundraising is that there can be so much. It can get overwhelming. Going through, I'm going to give you, of the 5, you'll understand. If we said, hey, we're going to offer all 5, that's a lot for people to choose from. Maybe they want this. Maybe they want that. Maybe they want this. So instead of doing all 5 of these things in one, why not do one this month? And then in 2 months, we're going to do this one. And in 2 months, we're going to do the next one. And then you can create a fundraising cycle form with different products throughout the year. Makes perfect sense, right? So you could do that. For organizations like setting up those nonprofits, that's what they're trying to do, is raise funds. So if this is something you're able to do for them. When it comes to selecting products, I feel the biggest thing, besides knowing your numbers, because that is huge, 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 huge. You have to know your numbers so you know what to charge for. But on the flip side of that, you have to do things that you like doing, right? If you don't like doing something, don't offer it. That's just, I don't know how better to explain that. If you do not like doing something, do not offer it, right? The last thing, I don't care to do slates because I'm not good at it, because I don't do enough of them. We've established that before. I'm not going to offer slates because I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. I'm not proficient enough to do it, so I know that that's my thing. But on the flip side of this, any of these things, if you do not do, there is somebody that can do them for you. So you ask them, hey, what are your price breaks on stuff? Like I said, we're going to use Tumblr. Let's say, you're going to, if you were to sell this to the customer, it's $30. They're going to sell it at 35. They'll make $5. Can you get somebody that can make these to you for 25? And then you can make 5 for everyone that's sold. And then you really don't have to do anything? Possibly. So just because you don't do something doesn't mean you don't have to offer it. A good one on Tumblr is, because I don't have a laser grip. Here, you can reach out to this fine chap, this fine gal right here over at 3330 Oak Custom Designs, right there. See, I was trying to get it because it's glaring through it. But reach out to her. Reach out to Renee. Hey, Renee, what's your pricing on stuff? I'm looking to put a fundraiser together. Her and I just did this. What was it? Probably a couple weeks ago, did a job on it. Where it can be on pricing on this, and that way we're able to make something. She's able to make something. Everybody works across the board. So you can do that. Reach out to some of the people in the community, some of your friends. Just because you don't offer it doesn't mean, just because you don't make it doesn't mean you don't have to offer it. You can have somebody else do it. You can make a little. The school, the organization, the event, they make a little. It's a win-win across the board for it. And on that, I said events. Now, you can do very specific items for specific events. And say, there's a pub crawl. Okay, well, hey, for that one, we're going to do like shot glasses or mini glasses, bottle openers, anything in that theme. Look at what the event is and see what you can offer to go off of that theme. Doing that will tie the two together, and it will really help out there. Let's see. Let's check in with some other comments. So let me know. What do you guys think? Tumblers. Who has put tumblers in a shop as a standalone or as an additional thing on there for it? Let's see. Darren says that I have in my position until they pay. Yeah, you pay up, suckers. She did want to be on the show. That's what she wants to do. They are pretty cute. Like I said, when they come up with the ones that have the handles on them, I think those are going to make great keychains for it. And Corey is adorable. She is adorable. And they say those are so stinking cute. Her nails look fabulous. Well, of course she's going out of town. Her nails are going to look fabulous. And Chuck says, what do you have for Chat GPT, and do you have the paid variation? Yes, I have the paid variation, so I have the Chat GPT 4, and I think I pay $40 a month for it. Now, Facebook user, thanks for joining us. Now, Facebook and Streamer don't always play nice, so if you head over to right here, fatdadlive.com, that will get you inside of the thingamajigger, the whatchamacallit, YouTube. That'll get you into the YouTube side of things. Man, I'm just getting older with this, I do believe, through. Let's see. And Darren said, that's why I stopped doing cornhole boards. Why? Because you're holding, they weren't paying. Suckers. Barb said, the fewer choices you give the customer, the better, in my opinion. Absolutely correct. Now, there was, I think Inksoft put it out a couple of years ago, that they said that, what was it, 80% of the stores that produce $10,000 or more have 10 products or less, right? Less choices, less confusion, easier to do, easier to set up. And that goes across, just because, you have, 10 products, that doesn't mean 50 designs, because that's 500 products. So think about that when it's in there too. And Brian said they've done tumblers both way, as standalone ones and as add-in stores. And we're talking tumblers, it's drinkware across the board, whether that is, a tumbler, whether that is a coffee mug, whether that is a flask, whether that is, what am I missing in that drink? Shot glasses, any of that drinkware, it's, people use it. It's something that is a tangible product. It's not shouldn't break down over time, and they're fine with it. So, tumblers, I feel are a great one that you're able to do to it. And T-Town says, I have tumblers for the cheer program. Just haven't ran the order yet. There you go. Jerry says, I make tumblers and really like doing them. I have trouble figuring out how to market them with all the choices, colors, glitter, stones, vinyl, etc. And this is where, Jerry, you create a theme one. So, like, if you're doing stuff for the school, like you do stuff for the school for the play every year, right? So maybe you do a theme one for that. Here, how can we do this and add this on here and have it be an add-on? Oh, he hated doing them. Too much time with no profit. And that can be, you know how you fix that, Darren? You get the UV flatbed, and then you can just throw that on there and we'll just print over it right on it for you. That's how you fix that. You get rid of your laser, you get that. See, I'm trying to get rid of stuff and get you to get other stuff. That's how you do. Renee said, just added engraved tumblers to a school fundraiser. They choose a couple colors and sizes, and I'd offered an upsell of a name. There you go. Yeah, and she agrees with Barb too on that decision paralysis, 100%. And yep. And Brian says, stores always sell more when we have 3 or 4 designs available on shirt, long sleeves, and hoodie. Yeah. And that's, t-shirt, long sleeve, hoodie, crew neck, right? I mean, there's your 4. Here's a couple designs for it, and that's it. You don't have to do a whole lot. We make this live. And we'll get into the apparel one, because why don't we just get right into that now? That's the next thing we're going to talk about is apparel. Apparel can get you in some good ones too. Let's see, T-Town. I'm doing $10 blank and then sell it for 15. I told them to market whatever they want. They were thinking 20. There they go. Boom. Dan said, I'd love to get rid of the plasma and get the UV. Well, there you go. Why not? I think you should do it. That would make a great shirt, Renee. Decision paralysis. It would. Somebody should make that. If we only knew some apparel decorators, right? So next thing, and the one that just about everybody does is apparel. And apparel can be, things that you wear. So whether that's hats, whether that's hoodies, whether that's t-shirts, long sleeves, crew necks, crop tops, flannel pants, shorts, it can be anything. Apparel is a huge thing. Now, I love apparel because it can change every year. You can have that same core of those same products, but you can change out the designs. So like us in our school things, we'll usually try to run the store 3 times a year. You have your fall designs, and you have your winter designs, and you have your spring designs. So you can interchange them. They're able to, even though the core product stays the same, we're just changing designs. So there's not a whole lot on our end that changes except a few mock-ups on it. It offers you a lot of range to hit everybody because, apparel runs through that toddler size to my size. You can find a size for everybody. You can find styles for everybody. You can find price points for everybody. Because you can have, a $12 shirt, or you can have a $112 shirt. You can add different things to increase the value of it. You can decrease the value of it. You can be specific to the event, or you can be broad. So fundraisers in apparel, there is limitless with it. One of the biggest things on our fundraisers that we'll do is a simple add a name and number on the back. Hey, it's 7 for one or 10 for both, right? So they spent 20 on a t-shirt, they're getting this. And hey, that works out pretty good. They're getting a personalized shirt for this cost. All right. And I would say that probably close to 80% of the people that order when we do those will take that option of a name and number on it. So it's a quick, simple thing for us, and being able to add that name and number on the back of it is a good moneymaker for us. When you factor in, when it comes to fundraising, you have basically two ways to do this, right? I guess there's three. There's the dollar amount and there's the percentage base. Now, which way, for those that are running fundraisers, which way are you running? Are you a set dollar amount per item? Because are you set, okay, a tumbler you're going to get $5 on, a hoodie you're going to get $10 on, shoestrings you're going to get 50 cents on. Are you a set amount per item, or are you a percentage base? You sell X amount, you get 5%. You sell X amount, you get 10%. You sell X amount, you get 15%. Which way are you? We are both. And currently, we are pushing more towards the dollar amount per item. And the reason being is it's easier for us to maintain when it's that. It also keeps more profits in your pocket. Let's be honest there. So that's a good thing. The pushing on the side of percentages works well when you're trying to get them to push more. You're like, hey, you're only, $100 away from this next tier. So, the difference between 10% and 15% can be huge on an order. So, getting them there for it. And then it's just run the total at there, your pre-tax dollars. Here it is. Here's the percentage off of it. Boom. This is what you're going to get for it. So there is that way with it. It's simpler. But sometimes they just want to know, hey, here, what is this going to cost me? Well, this is 25. Well, we want to sell it for 45. Okay, perfect. That's what you're going to sell it for. Hey, we want to sell it for 30. Okay, you're going to give them your price, and then they allow them to do the markup for it. Or you're going to set a price and say, we give this back for it. So there's kind of three ways to do it. You either set the price and let them add a markup, you set a price and say what you're going to give, or you do a percentage base. So, which way works for you? Let's see. Rachel says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Rachel. And Brian says, Amazon talks about purchase paralysis and how to negate it. They say that in shipping caused them on sales more than any other change they can control. I do not disagree with that at all. And Brian said dollar amount every time, no math. And there's math. There's this times this equals this, right? So there's a little math, but not nearly as much math. Renee gives them the option. And T-Town says, my spiritware stores are 5% and 1% for every 1,000 over 5,000, no more than 10%. See, and that's it. It's just set. Here it is. It's like, so I don't feel like there's any wrong or right reason. What's really going to come into it is the way that it's going to work best for you and your business. And Jerry says, we usually do the set amount per item. The percentage seems to be too confusing for the school. And that's what you can run into, where they're confused. They don't understand it. When I say, hey, and when you look at it, let's look at a hoodie, right? All right. Like on this, what do you guys typically give back per item? Let's say, a t-shirt. Do you have a set amount that you give back for a t-shirt? Is it $5? Is it $3? Is it $1? And then a hoodie, is it that same thing? Is it $5, $3, $10, $20? What are you giving back per? A lot of people, do different things. When you look at a percentage-based thing, let's look at a typical $40 hoodie, right? A $40 hoodie. Well, we know what that hoodie costs us. You're doing great at that, so you're able to make money off of it. If you give them 10 back per, you're still making it, but 10 back per $40 hoodie, that's 25% that they're making off that, right? So that's a good chunk of change. Now, if they go the percentage based and they're doing, where they get 5%, 10%, I think the max at ours is 25%. And we have that all built into our pricing, so that way we know that we're good with it. But the more they sell, the more they make. So then, it works out. But, they're not making that until then. So that's where you have that fine line of where things are. Now, on that same flip side, let's look at $100 hoodie, and you're saying $100 hoodie, yeah. So we'll sell these at $100, especially when they're all blinged out, so that'll have rhinestones on it, have name and number, rhinestones, glitter. It'll be all done up, and it's $100 hoodie. So at a $100 hoodie, if there's $10 off, we make 90. But through that percentage, they could make up to $25 off that hoodie. So you see, there's some pros and cons about doing it each way with it. Now, apparel, it can mean anything. It can be very specific to the event, to the team, to the school. It can be very corporate, so you can go high and nice. That's the thing with apparel. It allows you to ask, hey, what's your budget? What kind of things are you looking for? We want to make sure that one, we're not spending, your client's money, right? We're not saying, here, this is going to be too much for them, or this isn't, going to be too cheap for them. We're going to try and hit it across the board so everybody has something on it. Doesn't matter how little it is or how much it is, people will buy it. So that allows us to say we're going to hit the gamut. We're going to have our basic, short sleeve, long sleeve, crew neck hoodie in here, but then we're going to add some performance stuff in there, and then we can throw some Nike stuff in there. We can throw in some Adidas stuff. Now through Alpha, we can throw in some Under Armour stuff. So there's things that you can throw in there, which is a higher price point. Why? Because they cost us more. So you have that. You have those name shoppers that's the stuff they want, and they're willing to pay for it. So that's where you figure out, what you want for it. You can go with the seasons. So, you have some stores set up where, going into winter, are you really going to have shorts and tank tops in there? Probably not. But, in the summer, are you going to have flannel pants? Probably not. You might, but chances are probably not. So you're able to focus more on that type of season and make the apparel work for it. Jerry says we also offer names and give them 3 to 4 on the names. Tees are usually 3, hoodies are 5 to 7, long sleeve tees are 5 also. So see, having that dollar amount just makes it easy for them to see for it. So apparel, that one's a pretty standard one. I think everybody knows apparel. We didn't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. We can spend more time on it. And like I said, these are no order, right? Because we've done these all together, all in one store. We've done separate ones with it, and we went from there. Next up, this is a good one because we're coming that time of year. Ornaments. Christmas ornaments can be a great fundraiser for schools, for your nonprofits, for events. Schools are super simple because it's the school logo on it. Okay, that was hard. But when it comes to the individual organizations in the school, here's your band, here's your cross country, here's your football, here's this. We can theme it just for that. When it comes to organizations, over here, we're going to do the corporate sites. What kind of things do you want on that? You want their logo? Are you going to put stuff on it? Do you want to just offer some blank ones? Where, hey, we can customize it for you. So, Merry Christmas from the Downings, we can put that on there so you can run that as a standalone one. And then on event-based ones, any of those events that are happening now through Christmas, whether that's a work party, whether, that's when you're raising funds for Toys for Tots or something, hey, we're going to create an ornament and we're going to do this for you, and you'll be able to make X amount of dollars back per. So ornaments are huge. And the great thing about ornaments is just like apparel, there is a ton of different styles. So, whether it's just the simple disc that's going in the acrylic, or it could be the pewter ones. Where did we just see Brian had some, wasn't it, that we just saw ornaments? Brian, what were the ornaments? They were a pewter look, but they weren't, right? They were plastic. And those are pretty legit. So, maybe I was just, all this came to mind because it was just as I was looking around Brian's shop, I'm like, yep, fundraiser. Yeah, ornaments, huge. You can do a lot with them. And I think people don't think of it as a fundraising, product, but it 100% can be. Go back and look at your kids and look at the stuff that they bring home, whether that's popcorn or wrapping paper or fudge or candy or whatever. Why can't it be Christmas ornaments? You can 100% do them. And like I said, with all the different options of it, you can do a ton of things with it. Let's see. I don't have one, Jerry. I don't have a JDS one. I do have a JP Plus one. And the JP Plus one, I will put on the screen here in a second. Let me find it here because you don't want, there it is. Because that one is 9PHW2, and that'll save you 10% off select items over at JP Plus. 9PHW2. is our code for over there. And Michael says, "What are you selling ornaments for?" Whatever I can get, buddy. Actually, it really depends on the ornament because, like I said, there's so many different ornaments. You can figure out what price point you want to be at. I know people selling those crystal ones for $50 a pop. They're able to run them in the laser, do that. They look classy as hell, and you're able to get a high end value with it because of that. There, I know the ones that they're selling ornaments for $7. So it just depends on which ornament you use, whether it's the plastic, the acrylic, the ceramic, the pewter, the crystal, the globes, the snowflakes. I mean, there's a ton. It really just depends on what budget you have for them. JDS plastic ornaments look pewter with dye subflake. That's what we saw, and they were great. That's what you meant. That's fine. We got it for it. And Darren, I was actually thinking about how to do ornaments as a fundraiser today. Well, see, this is the show for you, Darren. I said it's not difficult to do, right? We have, and a lot of these you can set up things where if you want it, to be a customizable thing. So, like we're doing stuff with a nonprofit, and they help animals in need with surgeries and stuff. And so that's an idea that we're going to float by them is here is a dog themed ornament, and we're able to put on it, the Downings 2023, so that way here it's there. It'll have their logo down in the corner for it. It's just going to raise funds for it. We're going to create the little stand up for them. They're going to have it there at the register. Hey, you want to order this? Scan here and order it. That's all they got to do. And then we'll take care of the rest of it. They just got to scan. They got to scan. They'll pay for everything online. Then we'll cut them a check for it. Really simple, really easy to do. Here's some options for it. Pick it out. So you make it easy for them, makes it easy for us. Super, super simple to do. Brian, do you have a picture to share? I've been organizing my ornament files all day, or the item number. I'm sure Brian does because I was just looking at him. I was just touching him. He let me touch his stuff. While Corey told me no, Brian said yes, touch. So it was very nice. Brian tried getting me to start making trophies, and I don't think that's going to happen, Brian. I really, no, maybe. I mean, it might, but I really doubt it. And Barb says ornaments with name and sport. Creative Fabrica has some ornament laser files. Yes, they do. It's Creative Fabrica. I'll share the link for that. I'll make sure to put that in the group so you can go there because that's another affiliate. Costs you nothing, to click on the link, and we get like 4 cents from it. So amazing for it. Brian isn't married to me. That is true. Brian is not married to me, but it's okay. But yeah, there are endless possibilities with it. It's just another substrate that you're able to decorate on, just like a tumbler, just like apparel, you can add things to it, and it's that perceived value. When at least in our house, when we do the Christmas tree every year and you pull out the ornaments, and there's ornaments from the kids past, that they've made, and you see stuff on it, we've got, Hattie's first Christmas, we've got Hudson's first Christmas, we make ornaments and that stuff, and to see them like that, you can do that, you can create those memories for it. So you could create your own, fundraising store for whatever you want. Say, hey, a portion of every sale this month on these ornaments is going to go to help out blank. That's what we're going to do. So it doesn't have to be related to what exactly that cause is, what that, the event, things like that. You can just do one, say, yep, this is what it is. Here's your choices from it. We're going to donate a portion to it. Super simple, super easy. I make them. I'll make them. You sell them. I mean, that's even a better idea. Like, I don't have to do anything, and I can just make. Like I said, I'm a fat guy. I don't need to eat the whole pie. A little piece will do me just fine. But ornaments, right? Anybody now? Did anybody before this think ornaments and now thinking, oh, ornaments? I didn't think about that, because if that one hits you in there, this next one might hit you just as well. Garden flags. Say what? Garden flags. Absolutely, garden flags. Garden flags became big for us during COVID. We hadn't did a whole lot before with it, but during COVID, we were able to offer them in place. We have yard signs. We do, that's another one, fundraising yard signs. We can talk about that, but garden flags, that's where it was. People wanted things. It was signs, banners, and garden flags. We were able to do it. Senior pictures, they were able to put on, they turned out beautiful, and that's what we did for that. We did quite a bit of them. We're like, hey, we can do this as a fundraiser as well, too. So that same thing, whether it's a fundraiser for the event, whether it's for the school. So, school time right now, all the fall sports, Moline Maroons, football. I forgot what sport I was going to. Moline Maroons cross country, Moline Maroons girls tennis, Moline Maroons boys golf. You can just create. There's the flag for it. Super simple. And you get them in on the flag. Now we can change that throughout the year. So now, hey, we've got this. Guess what? In the fall or in the winter, here's the winter sports. So there's swimming, there's basketball, there's wrestling. Oh, they can change it out for that. Oh, springtime comes. Here's softball, here's baseball, here's soccer, here's whatever other ones. Oh, track. Yep, we can change it out for that. You're able to do it. You're able just to do that same thing where it's the personalization of, the downings. Oh, here it is. The fun ones of here is the as you can see, there's no pee in our pool. We'd like to keep it that way. Funny signs like that. The gnomes always do well. So having things like that are always a good thing to offer. You can find templates everywhere. Let's see. Like Brian says, Tanya has garden flag templates designs on Etsy. Yeah, there is garden flag designs everywhere. And they're what are they? 12 by 18. That sounds about right because they'll fit on a 13 by 19 sublimation page, and they're pretty legit. Like I said, we've done them for the schools. We've done them for sports. We've done them for events where it was for what the hell was it for? Because I was like, that is a pretty cool thing. Oh, it was for a golf outing. We did it for that. We did it for the holes for the sponsors of the holes. That's what they got was a flag. So it was pretty cool. It was something that we hadn't done before. And they're like, hey, do you have any kind of flag things? And we're like, what do you think like something like this garden flag? And they're like, yep, that's what we love. So we did it for that. The possibilities are endless. Once again, it is a blank thing. Let's see. Connie likes Brian's idea. Brian's going to be making trophies for everybody. He's got a great little station set up. Did I offer single or double? So single. If you're going to offer double, we got to make sure that they look good doubled because some don't look good doubled, and they just don't. To me, a double-sided flag costs you double the price to produce, but you can't charge double the price that you would for it. I mean, you can, but chances are, if you're charging $15-20 for a flag, they're not going to spend $30 to $40 on a flag, even though you've got twice as much ink in it and twice as much labor in it because you've got two presses in it. So I've got two sheets in it. I've got twice everything in it, but they don't want to pay twice the price. So I'm a big single-sided thing because most people have them at the front of their house and they're right here and you're only seeing one side of it. It's not like a typical yard sign. Yard signs will do double-sided. That's what we just did for Darren was the double-sided yard signs. The flags, single-sided. The double-sided ones, when you find those, you want to make sure that if they have the blocker in the middle, beautiful, because then you don't have to worry about seeing things through on both sides. When they don't have that, you can run into where you have, the sun being darker on one side or the other. You can kind of see the bleed through from the image on the other side, so it can get muddied up in that. So it's a little, I'm not a big fan of them. And while some other people may be huge fans of them, more power to you. Sell them. If it works for you, do not listen to me at all. If you've never sold garden flags before, get two of them and test them out. See which ones you like better. Sell what you like to do. Me, personally, single-sided because it's half the time to do and half the cost to do. So that's why I like doing it there. I thought I saw a video. You can, but what I have, I've ran into an issue where it came down to there was some bad bleeding between the two of them. And once again, it comes down to the products that you get. Where are you ordering your blanks from? Some blanks are better than other blanks. That's why you need to test them. So while we see on double-sided one, we can press it both at the same time. We saved, on those ones, roughly a minute, 45 seconds to a minute and a half. So we're going to go a minute to do it. So, let's say lining it up, we're putting the one down, we're taping that, we're putting the next one down. Okay, we saved 2 minutes of time. Our shop rate is $125 an hour, so $2 a minute. So we have 2 minutes, we save $4. $4 in labor we save. We still got the additional cost of the extra transfer on the other side. So factor it in there. What are you making for it? 365 Corel Tips says, what do garden flags look like? I'm not understanding it. Have you figured it out yet? If not, I'm going to pull up an image and see garden flags, because going outside and pulling one from there doesn't necessarily help. So we will go ahead and we'll come into here, and we are going to go ahead and I'm going to present because I will be able to share the screen, and we are going to share the garden flag screen. If it lets me, it should let me. There it is. Share that. And then I can get back into here. And there. See, you see those? You see those? You see those? Let's make it large from there, and then we'll click on them. See, garden flag. See, garden flag. Decorative garden flag. That's what we got there. Now, here's a good one. You can do this one like a 12-piece one, right? You can do a monthly one. I know a handful of people that back in pre-COVID that had did a monthly subscription box with garden flags. So there's a garden flag each month that they put in there. And it was personalized. Some were personalized. I think they did 4 personalized ones, and the rest were theme related, but they were all the same with it. Pretty cool idea right there. The Seed Pumpkin Season, $17. There you go for it. Coals. Now, hopefully, you know what we are talking about when we say garden flags on that. So there, garden flags. Does that make sense? Anybody doing those on garden flags? Oh, it's a hanging flag. Yep, haven't seen them, Pennsylvania. And see, this is the other thing too is where things can be regional. Some areas might not have it. So if nobody's doing garden flags, you might be able to rake in the dough, being the only person that's producing garden flags. Like garden flags are still big here. It's kind of like seeing monogram stuff. Monogram stuff does not sell well for me. But down in the South, I could monogram that piece of trash that's on the ground there, and somebody will buy it. So it's crazy how it works. But yes, that's what it is. Yep, they're little blues garden flags, like 12 by 18 garden flags for it. And then, so tumblers, apparel, ornaments, garden flags, and the one that I feel is the easiest for you to do, and I'll tell you why, is card decals. Why? Because we do that every year. I couldn't tell you how many times a year that we do it for just fundraisers, just for card decals. And well, one of the things that we got out of, and I need to get back into it, is I used to push it really heavy for you guys. You say, hey, here's how I can help you make money because we're going to print your card decals for you. Here's what you can sell it at. Here's what I'm charging you. Here's what you can sell it at. Here's what the school makes. So all you are doing is making money pressing buttons. Card decals are a huge one, and then especially when they can be personalized. So for ours, our standard one was 10. It was 10. This is what the school is going to pay for it. They wanted personalized ones. They were 15. They were going to make money off it. That was 100% a tiered system. So the more they sold, the more they made. So when it comes to decals, I mean, you can see the numbers on it. You're going to make good money off it, not doing a whole lot. We make good money off it because we print in house. So if you have the ability to print and cut in house, you're golden with card decals. Because they can be customized for sports, they can be customized for schools, they can be customized for events, they can be customized for anything. So it's a really simple, easy one to do, and it's pretty profitable. Pretty profitable. We have one that we'll run every spring, and it's not a big one, and they have averaged the last 3 years $750 that they've made for it. So while some may not think that's a lot, others think that's huge. And so we say, here, the consistency. They don't sell a whole lot, but all the new players that come on get them. Some have come from the teams. Most can keep there. Some new cars have been purchased in that time. But hey, when they can consistently make that, they love doing it, and we love helping out with it. So look at that. T-Town says, that's how I first met you, was on the decals. And see, that's what we love. We don't do sublimation flags, but you can buy the sheets from you. Yeah. So here's the thing, like on this, if there's not something that you don't offer, you can offer it. You just got to find a partner to work with. You got to work with your co-opetition. You got to work with us. We're able to do that for you. We can sell you the prints so you can press them yourself. We can sell you the finished flags so you don't have to do anything except sell. That goes for everything that we said here. Tumblers, I got a person for tumblers. Whether it's engraving, whether it is sublimation, whether it is, what am I missing in there? Whether it is rhinestones, whether it is glitter, I got a person. And because we have the co-opetition that we work with, we have the partners that we work with. So that way they can make some, I can make some, you can make some, everybody can make some. And it's a win-win across the board. Apparel, we just did, in fact, that was one of the orders that we finished up yesterday. It was a 55-piece order for one of our fellow members that they put on a fundraiser. They had us do all the shirts for them. So we took, it was just for a single gym. There's 55 shirts. We took care of it at all. So there's long sleeve, short sleeve. No, there was short sleeve crew necks and hoodies that was in there. We printed them out for them. We got them things. So all they had to do was sell. So another one, just because you can do it, you just didn't have the time to. And we're like, well, here's what the cost would be for us to do it. They made a couple bucks. I think they for the price that they sold them, then the gym made a few bucks too. So everybody made money across the board. Ornaments, same way. We can help you make those, whether we do them for you, we provide the prints for you, or the finished product. Yep, we can do that. Yeah, garden flags, 100%. Car decals, 1,000%. So yes, just because you don't offer it, reach out. We have a plethora. I don't know if I used that word correctly, but we have a lot of people that we work with, and in our business we try to work with as many other businesses that we can support those other ones. We can help them, help us, and then everybody makes something across the board. That's what I love doing. I love making those connections happen, because it helps everybody grow. Now, whether you use us or one of our partners, or go through us and we use one of our partners, yeah, you don't have to produce anything. We know somebody that can help you out with it. And Jerry said, do you run all your fundraisers through your sites? Yes. So we will do, whether we set it up as their own Equid store, whether we set it up on our site. Yes, we're running everything through our site. Now, chances are we will be switching over. Well, once we get the transition over to Shopify for the retail and wholesale side of it going over to Shopify, we will be switching up where we're running all of our team stores through, and all of our fundraising. We'll be almost positive we're making the switch over to Chipley for that. So we're trying out a few different things, but I need to work on Shopify first and get that taken care of so we can go over there. And Connie said that's why I ordered DTF transfers and tattoos. You help me, so it makes my job easier. Well, we appreciate that, Connie. We appreciate the orders because we love helping. We love helping, and I love seeing the stuff that you guys send in and the fun things there. Because believe it or not, yes, there's some amazing ideas that come through, and then I'll reach out and be like, hey, did you produce this, or did you get a template for it, or what are you doing? Because there's a couple that our schools are the same colors, logos, everything, and I'm like, how much for the design? And they're like, for what? And I'm like, this. Here's the school, and they're like, here, you help us out. Thanks. I'm like, all right, well, here, I'm helping you out on your next order. Thank you. And so we work together on things, right? It's very nice when you're able to do that for. Have I done the Chipley demo? I have not done the Chipley demo. I have, well, define the Chipley demo where I brought it in house and tried it out. No, I have not done that. Have I went through their demo with them? Yes. But even then, that was a year and a half ago, and a lot's changed since then. And I've got one of our friends is they're pretty good on Chipley, on what they're using it for. And so, she's letting me know the ins and outs, what she likes, what she doesn't like about it, how it could be better, things that they say are in the pipeline for it. The biggest thing the biggest adjustment for me is the payout structure of it, because I'm used to all of my cash coming in to us, processed, ready to go. Somebody places an order today, I have that cash tomorrow. We order 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can place that order in there. Chipley, it doesn't work that way, because what it is, it's once the store closes, then you get your money, and you don't get it till like that Sunday after it. So, you're not ordering stuff as it goes unless you're fronting out of the pocket waiting to get it back. So that might be one of the issues. But I think for the most part, I think that's what we're going to end up with is Chipley, just because it's going to make things easier for us. So that's what we got. So that's what we got tonight. Did anybody, hopefully people took some stuff away tonight. Did you think of a new product to use? Are you thinking, is there a product that I didn't name here that you think you could turn into a fundraising thing? Like I said, I've got tumblers, apparels, ornament, garden flags, car decals. What are some other ones that you may have run? Are you going to try any of these? Let's see. You're done with Inksoft. Allie talked big about Chipley at NOLA. Thanks for rubbing that in. Yeah, I've got a Sarah, and she's Team Chipley. She says, just like anything else, it has its issues on it. It has its quirks, but you're going to run into that with everything. And she was the same way. She was with Inksoft, and she finally made the switch to it, and she's fine with it. Now, we know some people that are using Chipley as the regular storefront too, which makes zero sense to me, because you get charged for everything. So why would you use it for your standard things? They build a website and run it off that. So that's where we would still have that. Do you ship garden flags? Why wouldn't I ship garden flags? What do you want for garden flags? Give me a little more information. Do you ship garden flags? Man, we ship everything. Sometimes you're even nice and we hand deliver things. Just saying, we hand deliver some things, even out of state if you're along the way. Especially when I find out there's armadillos down there. We'll make it pass through there again. It was when we went down to see Brian, there was a road. Oh, do I ship the stands? No. So I do not ship the stands. What I do is I give them our Amazon link and I say, go to, here. Here's the most economical way for you to do it. You've got a Prime account. Almost everybody does. Go ahead and just order it through there. You're going to get the same one that we're going to use, and you're going to have the best possible price off of it. That's what we do. We give them the Amazon link. Now, with us, since we are an Amazon partner, guess what? We send them a link with us, and I think we get like 20 cents off every stand. But that's one less thing I have to worry about shipping because those are kind of a pain 100% to ship. So by just saying, yep, you can get this from here, go ahead and do it. Now, locally, when we were doing things for pickup, things like that, and we had the storefront, yeah, we would go ahead and have the stands there because we'd order them in and we'd have them. But shipping things, here's the thing only, or the flag only. If you need a stand, go ahead here and get it for you. Hello, everyone. Todd, have you done a Halloween kids bundle yet? I'm working on it. More than likely next week. This week, there will be no bundle drop. I know that for a fact just because of how this week is looking with Corey going out. We have some stuff lined up for that bundle drop. So next week will be the bundle drop for the not so naughty Halloween stuff. So, and it's tough. It's tough finding not so naughty Halloween stuff. There's a lot of naughty people out there. So there should be a good mix of it in there. And that'll be dropping next week. Any other questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here? Like I said, I think we gave some good ideas for it, on how to or products to offer. Next week, and we're going to talk about that co-opetition, working to create partnerships, working with other people in the area. Like for us, we have laser engravers that we work with. We have embroiderers that we work with. We have screen printers that we work with. We have wide format printers that we work with. We have DTF printers that we have. Anything that we need, we have somebody that we work with in case we're not able to produce it. It is something that is larger than what we're able to produce. If it is in our overflow where we are just that swamped, we're not able to get to it. It's a specialty product where we don't want to bring it in just for one item. We've got a partner that we work with on it, and that's where I'm not going to toot my own horn, but that's where I come in for you guys. I've spent years making these connections with people, and am I going to turn that over to you? No, I'm not gonna. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll gatekeep the shit out of that because I've spent years building these relationships with people, knowing what works, what doesn't work. I'm just not going to hand it over. What you can do though is you can order through me. You're still going to pay that same price. I get to make a little, they make a little, it all passes through. I mean, I'm open with a lot of that where, yeah, we can do a lot of stuff. And there's some stuff where, partnering with other people just makes sense than me spending, $100,000 on a printer, even though it was so cool to watch it go. I'm like, I'm glad you took that investment because it's not something that we'll use all the time. So if we're able to make things work, why not? We're able to make that through there. Yeah, I will help you through that process. Signs, banners, decals, magnets. We can print for you up one street and down the other. And if we don't, we have somebody that can. And so that's when we go to it. So we're going to talk about next week how you can, reach out to some others in your area. What is it that you specialize in, that you feel you specialize in, that you feel comfortable selling to another business, that you feel comfortable maybe not making as much on it because you're going to make it up in value. We're going to talk about how to do that. So that's going to be next week, Tuesday with Todd, building that co-opetition, building those relationships. How can you grow your business without investing in more equipment, more people, more label, more processes, more labor, not labels. But the thing is, co-opetition. That's what we're going to do. What temperature do you set your heat press to for DTF transfers? 250. So ours is 250, depending on the product. Like with poly, we're able to peel that like butter as soon as it comes off. We just did some Bella shirts that they need to be completely cool before they came off. Same transfer, just different material. We did some koozies that were about a 5-second pull from it. So yeah, 250 is where we're at for it. Thanks for the ideas. Have a great night, and see you in the morning. That's right. We'll be back here tomorrow morning because we do Morning mindset every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Show up with your 5 things that you're going to do for that day, and we're going to do that. So that's tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and that one's going to be a quick one. Well, no, I'm going to say quick, but I don't know how long it'll go. We just got a busy day tomorrow because we're going to be at the school, so we'll be in there for that. So this is what you do. You come right over here. You go ahead. You get to fatdadlive.com. Go over here, fatdadlive.com. That'll get you in the YouTube channel, fatdadlive.com. While you're there, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, because only like 30% of you that watch are actually subscribed. I appreciate the other 70 of you for showing up and saying so. If you're heard team replay, I appreciate the comments. And I know somebody said that they don't like hearing me say I appreciate Darren, but I do. I truly do appreciate it, because things like this, like doing things on the YouTube side of things, monetizing YouTube, we don't do anything about that. Where we make it off is off others purchasing it from us. Known that from the start. Every one of a customer, I had somebody yesterday, they said it's a small order, and it was, I don't know, I think it was like 6 sheets of something. And I'm like, listen, I don't care if it's 6 sheets or 6,000 sheets. A customer's a customer. I'm going to treat you the same as I would with them. We're going to go through it if there's any issues. You're nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. You're a dick to me, I'm going to be a dick to you. That's just how it rolls, You treat others like you want to be treated, and we will work together through any problems, and we'll go there. So hopefully you can all join us tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, you guys have an amazing night. And I'm going to find the button so I can do this and get out of here. We will see you guys. So yeah, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys then.